Seen plenty of wild finishes, but as far as the ones you can remember, I mean, where does that one sit for you?
It's par for the course with this with this season. So thought we snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, and then I thought from the start the guys hung in there. Just a tough start for us, changing the starter out with 2 outs, and then get 5 runs, and then offensively we had some stuff that resembled us in the past, But I thought we had a chance to score each and every inning, and that's what kept us in the ball game. And but Wise contributed, and McMurray got the first hit in a while. Come back from sitting out yesterday, and Irish. I thought he hit a ball to shortstop in game 1, and I thought he hit the hardest ball of the year to shortstop earlier in this game, and then it was nice for him to feel that swing again, because it's about as good as it gets, and we're better when he does that. And he's one of our best players in the country. They're still sitting there, and you look at Irish and McMurray, they still probably RBIs. They're probably still at the top, pretty competitive in this league. So, but we had a lot of 2-hit guys too. I look at Stanfield, and Stanfield played great defense. He left his feet twice. Carter Wright did an amazing job this weekend because he caught all 3 games, and once he grabbed the 4 hits game 1 to hang in there. I thought Cam Tilley, I think, a light oblique, pulled him out. I don't know what I'd have done if it was a different circumstance and stuff, but I think by pulling him out, hopefully that's really nothing to speak of, hopefully in a few days. So hopefully that's the case. I think it was only I think he made 2 pitches feeling that. But then also gave us a chance today, and him, kind of going down and pitching a midweek game, his best start, and then he was able to reproduce that. Got in a couple of runs where he threw the ball really well, and he got through Furnace, I know, got through their lineup there a couple of times and did a nice job for us. And then we just, Parker Carlson, I defend him because he's up last night for a few innings. He comes into ball game. Tie game yesterday where he needs to be in there because he's earned that, and then you got a game and bases loaded, you give it to him today. It just turning that lineup over to Fisher, you're asking for it the way he swung it, and really didn't have anywhere to put him. So I'll protect him on that, but just we're just there's not a Blake Burkhalter right now with as much shuffling around as we've done, and we gave it up. And then but to the credit, I thought Maynard's triple was just timely. He's been trying to get back with that hand, and hitting that triple made the outcome possible, I thought.
Right.
Just to follow with that, Caleb Freeman comes off the bench, gets a huge pinch hit, and then Javon Hernandez goes all the way from first to home on 2 wild pitches and a stolen base.
Yeah, he had a green light, 2 outs, and I could tell even from the first pitch he was thinking it. Sometimes, guys go in a shell, either with their at-bat or if they have green light running on a base, not being ready. He was timing it up from the first pitch. So he showed me a lot of aggression there, a veteran ball player, and getting around. And then, they just didn't catch it. They had pinched hit and brought in a new catcher and had 2. And I'm like, there might be a 3rd one here. And, our backstop's closer than it's ever been, and really hadn't been in play all year like I thought it would be more. But I guess it nicked off of him just enough. But I think the aggression, and Hernandez was playing to win. He was running to win, and I think he jumped it, and that was much needed. We didn't need to go back out there again with where our pitching had gotten to this weekend.
Yeah. So you talked last night about with how the season's gone, guys continuing to not quit on this and keep fighting. To have this then today of so many clutch performances, so many fighting back over and over again, what did that mean to you as a coach to see that?
Yeah, I respect it. I was telling them I appreciate our crowds early in the year. I'm always trying to promote the program. I feel like Barnum and Bailey Circus, I guess, the ringmaster. But I just told the guys if they get a chance to mention, our fans come because we're top 25 team early, and you're building a program, and all this stuff's going on, and we're having fun at the ballpark, and it's great. And now they come because they respect our guys, and I think it's important for our guys to know that, and they absolutely responded with that, and that's what we can control. Is how we played with much effort. When you're not swinging the bat, it looks like you're not playing with effort. I really hadn't had a problem with this group. We have not played well enough. We know that, we take responsibility. I've taken the ultimate responsibility, but I think even these players take responsibility for that, and I respect them for that. And they're going to have to do that again in life somewhere, because that's taking responsibility is part of getting to a solution. It's part of like not passing the buck on somebody or something else, and we're all learning more than we want to right now, and I think we talked about that a lot yesterday as well.
Chase, you mentioned it, went out and had a great start in the midweek and had a great appearance today, but just what has been clicking for him these last two times out that you've really seen him?
I thought he's had control and command, but with 3 or 4 lefties, I even saw a changeup. I thought, especially, you look at somebody who's locked in as Fisher was this weekend. I think he got a strikeout on a changeup and threw a couple in a sequence, and he's continued to get better every year. And I don't know if you call it control or command. Definition of command is authority over. He just has more authority over the baseball within the zone. I was disappointed at the home run that Ross hit, a 3-1, and I understand, you want to make the leadoff guy hit there, but he's had a lot of the 3-1, 3-2 fastballs that have been touched and hit, and that happened again today. But that's something that we're talking about. But he's not in those counts as much as he was, and I think that's growth for him. That caught him right there at the end of his outing, and that was a long sit. We had done some work there offensively, and that was long, but you can tell that we're thinking like, who's really going to be there late, so you're trying to squeeze. We squeezed Armstrong into the ninth last night. We squeezed everything we could get out of Ossip today, and would like to have had a little bit more, but he's absolutely grown as a pitcher. Command. He's going to be a good draft pick here shortly here in July, and he's hung in there. He's allowed. I appreciate Chase because he's always had trust. Whether I start him on a Friday night or whether I do this, that he's never bucked the journey and has always been willing to do whatever, because I believe at the end of the day he may not be happy, but I always thought that Chase has looked at me and talked to me like he's felt like we've had his best interest in mind. So kudos to him. I'm glad to see him have success like today in that midweek start and then getting back and really helping us in a weekend. He did not pitch. I think last weekend was the first time he didn't get in a SEC series, and persevered for a minute and was rewarded today.
Last one. It's something I wanted to follow up something you mentioned on Thursday too, talking about just like getting guys in over the weekend when you could, to see kind of younger guys get in or guys who haven't played much get in. Now at the end of this series, I guess what do you think of some of these guys that are maybe part of like the long-term future of this program?
Yeah.
Capello, for example, having
2 more hits today, and I think he's having good at bats for the most part. Can steal a base. I think he gets from first to second on a steal quicker than maybe all of us thought earlier, just not getting to see him do that. Caleb Freeman's not like a freshman, but is a first-year player that took a long time. He came in as a catcher and then third base, and we're trying to think about defensively, is it ready to play at the speed at this level? Move better in the outfield, and he's hung in there and probably more than anybody with the skill, because he's showing some skill. That was a huge pinch hit that he had today, and he swung the bat good, at least as a threatening type, athletic, a powerful swing that looks like a quick bat that he has. And I'm proud of the way that he's played too, because I've mentioned some of these guys, and Strickland didn't do anything wrong. We're just trying to get a hot hand and try to win a game. He's done well too, but I thought Freeman and Ballou continued to stand out this weekend.